I'm here in Paris and I'm joined by Nicolas, and we're going to be discussing investment in the energy transition. Nicolas, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks to you. Hello.
At Tilt Capital, you specifically say you're invested in the energy transition. What is it about the energy transition that makes it so attractive to investors?
Well, there's probably a couple of things. The energy transition, the real issue is about the transition, and it's a very capital-intensive sector. So first, by definition, there is a need for additional capital. Maybe just to give one number, I'm not going to bore you with the numbers, but the European Commission said that it needed basically up to around 550 billion euros of investment every year to get to decarbonization of the economy. So this is obviously attractive, but what we think is even more attractive specifically for our strategy is in the next 10 years, Europe will need to develop very significantly its small and medium enterprises. And this is where we come in. We provide growth capital. This is a part of private equity that has been fairly forgotten in Europe. And so this is what we try to bring. Development capital to small and medium enterprises in Europe, knowing that the three founders of Tilt Capital come from ENGIE, the power utility, with a big industry experience. And we think this is where we can bring value by combining both capital and sector experience.
And presumably that's because the energy solutions that are needed now and in the future lie within these small and medium companies and are not within the big energy companies, because they know what they want to do, but they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely right. They're at least not solely in those within those big energy companies. And what we favor, the way we define energy transition for us, it's energy efficiency on the one hand, and we think this is a major theme, both buildings and industrial chain efficiency, energy efficiency. And the other one is integrations of renewables into the grid. And this means that a lot of people are we've been seeing energy transition as decarbonizing the generation mix, but this is only part of the issue. And we believe that there is both value and actually there's a need to work on these solutions that will help integrate more and more renewables into the grid at an affordable cost. And this is something that for us is very important. If energy transition leads to increased cost of energy for residential customers or for companies, we're going to fail that energy transition. And this is what we want to support by bringing SMEs that help the system get smarter and more efficient.
So, and how is technology key? Are you really looking at SMEs that are coming up with new technologies to enable the transition?
Yes, so we're looking, for example, at companies who create, for example, digital twins of an industrial process, and through that modeling, they're able to locate the energy efficiency pockets without disrupting the industrial process. This for us is clearly an innovation that has been driven by those SMEs. Very agile, that can deploy very easily. Another one, for example, we look a lot at the power electronics sector, which actually underlies or is the foundation of almost all deployments in the energy chain. Current conversion, for example, the losses that you have in current conversion through heat dissipation is really an issue. If you can reduce that, this is actually a great way to achieve lower energy consumption, and of course that means decarbonization. Often this is done, the innovation is within those smaller companies that then will probably in time be bought by bigger ones just to scale up. But we think that the innovation ecosystem lies genuinely in those smaller companies.
Nicolas, thanks very much for joining me today.
Thanks to you, and pleasure.
That's all for now. Don't forget to tune into our YouTube channel for more great content.